Sound test, sound test, sound test.
How can you look more prettier than me? So, okay, where's my notes? It's here. Okay, start. The real estate topic is hot. Okay. As we expected, there's so many people are interested in. So today we'll talk another topic. First of all, last time we talked about the very first thing you need to do is to find an agent. So after you have an agent, how can you find houses? Where can we find information about the houses you're going to choose? This is based on Miss Mercedes' experience.
Okay.
First, we'll talk about to find an agent. Okay, agent took us to see houses.
Okay. Agent took us to see houses. Well, first off, what the agents tend to do is take you to houses that they want to sell you, obviously. So it's something maybe they have a deal worked out about. We're talking about when they first meet you. They might listen to what you say, but they have some kind of preconceived notion, and they're trying to fit it into houses they have for sale, I think. You know? So they...
You sit in front a little bit more. I want you look more important.
You want my head bigger than yours?
Yes.
Because you have a big head.
Yeah. You can put it this way. Okay.
He has a big head.
Yeah.
Okay.
And big head is good. So I have more memories.
Sure.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So, of course, we should 40, 100%, 200% trust the buyer's agent. We're sure every buyer's agent, they are kind and honest, and they try to sell the best houses to you, okay? But the only thing is that there might be some misunderstanding of not fully understand from each other. So the best houses the agent choose for you might not be the most suitable houses for the buyers. This is what we have experienced.
Well, you know, when we're talking to people, to the agents, and we're trying to describe the neighborhood, that the feel of the neighborhood that we would like, along with, of course, the price range. All right, that's very important. I don't know why they tend to show you houses that are $50,000 higher than what you said your price range is, and we're not lying. Like, I'm not saying, this price range, and then you can get me up. I don't have that much cash, so it's not possible.
Yes. So it means that even though the buyer's agent, all of them work so hard and do everything they could, they might not be able to find a house which suits you. Of course, I would buy every single house they recommend to me if I had the cash. Yes.
Of course.
And so, besides of agent information, where can we find information? The second is...
Well, what I started out doing was actually going to the online databases. The first things that come up, Trulia.com, yes. Zillow.com, and there are a whole host of others. But their information is really outdated. So
okay, the Trulia and what is another one?
Zillow.
Zillow are also our viewers recommended. Actually, we do. We do work on those. Especially, we like Trulia,
yes,
because Trulia gives almost all necessary information. For example, the map, the street view map, the school, the crime rate, and crime map.
Yeah, it's a crime map.
Crime map, and the shopping, groceries, and the history of the house, when it was sold, how much it was sold. And those are very important, very good information. Right?
I like that a lot. And then they also give you comparables, things that sold in the area recently or are for sale in that area right now, so that you can compare the square footage and the price and all of that and the condition. Like I said, a lot of times you look at property there and it's already sold. So...
Okay, this is the next. Okay, so Trulia And what's the other one?
Zillow.
Zillow. I don't use Zillow very much. I use Trulia. And Trulia is so wonderful. Why don't you stick with Trulia?
Because it's, like I said, a lot of times it's outdated. And sometimes you can't even find the property because when they get listed on there, apparently some people choose to have the address withheld. So you can't even find a property that might be for sale. And I found this out in the reverse order, that's which I'll explain in a little bit.
Yes. So Trulia is a very good site as a reference.
Yes, as reference.
Not exactly will help you to buy a house. Why? When you find good deal on Trulia, it's most likely the house is already gone. Okay? So if you really want to buy a house, Trulia can only use as a reference to get more to get your ideas, the area, the price range, the history, etc., etc., etc. But if you really want to buy a house, okay, where is the most updated information we can get?
Well, once you find an agent, and I find that with any agent, basically, once you make contact with them and you talk to them for about 5 minutes, they will add your email to their database, which is nationwide. As soon as they become a realtor, pass the test, they're added to the database that has everything in it. And it's updated regularly. I mean, like minute by minute type of thing. So they give you access. You do have a limited number of criteria you can use in the search, but it does really help you customize your search, and you end up spending a ton of time on there.
Okay, if this site is so wonderful, buying a house is easy. No, it's not that easy, because it is updated information, but where to find the information, you have to do all the work by yourselves. Actually, this 1 month, Miss Mercedes has been working almost like a full-time job, because the buyer agent won't spend time like that for you. Okay, you have to search, you have to know how to use the search engine, first of all.
Yeah. There's a little bit of a learning curve. There's a little bit of a learning curve because although if you've used a lot of customized software for any kind of industry, which I've done, I've learned tons of different kinds of software.
Actually, you have the teacher at the university or the school library.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, of course. So research databases are a standard thing for me, which, yay, good. So my learning curve isn't that long. It took me about couple of hours and I had it completely figured out. So, but like I said, it's really limited. I don't get all the access that the actual realtor gets. So I end up setting up my own searches. When I talk to the realtor, they're really great. They set up a search that had a basic criteria, and then I would get notifications by email when anything would come on or anything would change, say a price dropped on something that I had, put as a possibility or a favorite. That was really great. But they wouldn't show me things that were $2,000 higher than my range. I could handle that. So I would end up going and doing that. And then there were so many, you can't say just up to 2,000 more. You have to do 50,000 chunks. That's it. It only does it in 50,000 chunks, $50,000 chunks. So when you set up these searches, you have all different ones. You have one that's up to 100,000, 100,000 to 150, 150 to 200. You have to break it into all those separate search criteria. And then I would even put in some things that, even though I'm looking for a 3+ bedroom, I would do 2+ bedroom, because if the square footage was high enough and you see that, hey, there's a den that could be a bedroom. So I had to look through all of these other things as well.
Okay, let me repeat. Yes. Let me repeat Mr. Mercedes words in another kind of Chinglish. So in order to make everybody, non-native speakers would understand. It means that even you have the database from the buyer's agent, it is not necessarily you can find things you like. For example, put it this way, you're normally driving a Toyota Corolla. Okay, it's easy automatic to drive. But now you have got a manual sports car, which is higher class. The question is if you can handle it. Okay, I think that's a very good example to say. So they give you higher, sufficient, update information, but you must know how to handle it. You must know where, how to find it. Otherwise, you even won't able to drive it at all, the sports car. It's much easier to drive a Corolla when you have those menu things and this button, that button, turbo. I don't know sports cars. You cannot handle. So this is a piece of information. Be prepared. Even you have the database, you have to learn, you have to study, you have to spend tons of time on it.
Well, it's just, okay, first you have the learning curve of figuring out how to make the searches and save searches. And then you do those recurrent searches. You can just say, okay, look at my searches, and then click on the one, you name it, so that hopefully you can identify it later. And then you can go through it. Now, if you're looking in if you do too big, say 100,000 to 200,000, and you're looking at all of Las Vegas, it brings up a map and it says there are too many to be displayed. And then you have to break it down by area, and there are about 20 different areas. And so are you going to go and manually search those? Or are you going to make a search with a smaller criteria so that fewer come up, but then you risk missing some? Because, so you have to figure out how to tackle it best way for you.
It's like you're going to a match company looking for a bride or groom.
Yes,
groom. And it's not good to have too many to choose from or too few to choose from.
Exactly. You need to have a choice. But
I'm good.
Yeah, that's very good. That's very good. He's good at explaining. He could be a teacher.
It's good to have a writer.
Yeah. You feel happy. Yeah.
Now, so we are kind of people, we don't want to add really extra trouble to anyone. So in the first couple of weeks, first week, I think, it was the agent drove us around.
Yeah.
Then we found maybe there are certain houses we don't really need to see the inside. From the surroundings, from the location.
Yeah.
We also know this is not a place we want to be, even it's a wonderful house, or even it's gorgeous, or even it's Paris.
Well, the thing is location for what we want, not for what everybody else wants.
That is another topic. Okay, we go to location next. So okay, now. Yes. So what we do is that. What is next to? Okay, now we come to location.
Okay.
So the thing is that even you have all the database, even on the paper, it says wonderful, but you don't know the area. So when you go to the area, we already know this is not the area we want to be. So in order to save the agent's time, and also in order to free ourselves. So the best idea is to buy a car and drive there by yourselves.
Yeah.
Okay. So we have these people. We have the people tell us location 1, 2 location, 3 location. And we end up in the video here how to find information when you want to buy a house. So next time we have already talked about next topic.
Oops.
Get to know your location. So anyway, so it's very good. So it means that we have made 2 videos in one day, and one stone don't kill. One food feed 2 birds.
Oh, so good.